All right, welcome to multiplying whole numbers. For this one, you're definitely going to want to print out the multiplication chart that I posted that you can find in the module for week 2. And that will be really helpful for a lot of things, but especially these next 2 tasks. So task 6, multiplying whole numbers, and task 7, dividing whole numbers. I'll try to mention when I use it. But there's going to be a lot of things actually over the course of the semester that that you use it for. I also allow you to use it for any quiz, any midterm, and also the final. So that will be one reference that you are allowed to use. So let's get started. All right, so for this, we can use that graph paper if we want to. Which I hope the size is right on that. But what we're going to do is we are going to, again, move from right to left, and we are going to use that multiplication chart. And first we are going to start with doing 4 times 2. And from our multiplication chart, we see that 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. And then we are going to do, wanted to highlight, 4 times 7, and 4 times 7 from our multiplication chart is 28. All right, and when I write 28, I'm going to give them both their own box. Now, again, the reason why I write them both down there is because I basically don't have another column to carry it to. So both of them come down and I write 28. Since this here is a single digit, this here is a single line long. The number here determines how many lines here I have. So 1 here determines that I have 1 line there. So right here, the fact that I have 2 numbers, 2 digits here, is going to determine that I have 2 lines there. So we'll talk about that in a minute, or we'll see what that looks like. All right, so when we start number 2, we're going to start the same way we did this, and basically we are going to start with this 7. And again, we're going to go from right to left. So we are going to start by multiplying the 7 times 1. And we're going to bring it down and write 7 because 7 times 1 is 7. Then we're going to go back and we are going to do 7 times 8. And 7 times 8 is 56. All right, and again, because we're essentially out of numbers on the top, we write 56 on the line there. Now, what we do here is now we're looking at this 5. Okay, we're done with the 7. Okay, we're done with that. Now we want to multiply with the 5. So because we are starting this new line, this second line here, okay, we need to denote that somehow, and the way we do it, notice that that's in the tens place. So the 7 is the ones place. The 7 here is the ones place, which is why we start it in the ones place. But the 5 here is in the tens place, so we need to start it in the tens place. Because we need to start it in the tens place, what do we need? We need something called a placeholder, all right? And a placeholder, we want to use 0. So we put 0 in for a placeholder there in the zeros place, And now we can start with the 5. And again, we start to the right. So 5 times 1 is a 5. And then 5 times 8. And again, you're using your multiplication chart, not your calculator. 5 times 8 is 40. And again, we don't have any spot, like there's nowhere to the right, further to the right to go. So that's why we bring both of them down. Now, since we have 2 rows, okay, what do we want to do? Well, we want to add these 2 lines. All right, and now this, you see where these things start to build. So we're going to go back to, task 4, where we're adding whole numbers, and we are going to work our way down from the right. 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 5 is 11. We carry the 1. 5 plus 1 plus 0 is 6. And we bring the 4 down. So our answer is 4,617. All right, let's look at number 3. We're going to do the same thing. Right here we have a 2-digit number that we're multiplying, so we know that we're going to have line 1 and line 2. Okay, so line 1, we are going to start with this 4. Okay, so we're going to start with the right. So 5 times 4. Now here's the first time we're going to have to carry. So 5 times 4 is 20. So because we have the 20, we can't write the 20 here because, again, we can only write a 2-digit number down at the bottom when we're done, right? When we're all the way to the left and we have no other digits in our way. So we're going to write the 0, but now the 2, we're going to write at the top. And the way we carry with multiplication is we multiply and then we add. So we do the multiplication. Oops, that was a little bit overzealous. Whatever's up here, we're going to add. Okay? So you see we multiply 4 times 5, but then we add whatever's in that top bubble. So here, we multiply 4 times 0, which is 0, but then we add the 2 to get, 2. Okay? We multiply 4 times 2, and we get 8. All right? Now, this bottom, I shouldn't say bottom. Well, bottom row. But this second digit, the tens digit, is a 3. We're going to start in the tens place, which means that here we need to put a 0 here. And then we start the process over again. 3 times 5 is 15. So we put the 5 down. And I'm just going to kind of make another one there. You could erase what's in the orange circle per se. I just want it to be all very visual for you. So 15, we put the 5 down. We're going to put the 1 up above. Okay? Now, we're going to do 3 times 0. So 3 times 0 is 0 plus the 1 up above. That's going to give us 1. 1. Okay? 3 times 2 gives us 6. We add these, and what do we get? 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 2 is 7. 8 plus 1 is 9. 6 brings down, and I get 6,970. All right. I don't know. Remember we had this issue last time. Oh, I can, but I don't think I can make that smaller. Okay, I'm stuck. So let's add a file at that one. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but Here we go. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the deal with zeros. Here's a trick. Anything with zeros, we can get rid of the zeros for now, and we can add them back on later. So, essentially, I can take these 3 zeros and ignore them for a minute. And I can look at this problem as 8 times 3. Now, 8 times 3 is right on my multiplication chart. 8 times 3 gives me 24. I took 3 zeros away, so I need to add 3 zeros back on. 1, 2, 3. My answer is 24,000. Now, what if you wanted to do this the long way? Oh, I thought you wouldn't ask. If I wanted to do this the long way, it's actually not that painful because you have a bunch of zeros. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. We need a placeholder. Remember the placeholder. Now, 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 8 is 24. Add them. You get 0, 0, 0, 2, 4, and you get 24,000. Either way, get the same answer. Same thing for this one. I can remember that I have 3 zeros, and I have 365 times 4. So we like this one much better. 4 times 5 is 20, so I bring the 0 down, and I put the 2 up for the addition bubble. 4 times 6 gives me 24. I'm thinking about this as my highlighting. So 4 times 5 was the 0 on the bottom, the 2 up top. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 2 is 26. And then 4 times, 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14. Then I have to add back in the 3 zeros, and then I put commas in, and I actually get 1,460,000. All right. Let's look at this last one, number 6. So I'm looking at the 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Put my addition bubble up top. So I get a 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 6 is 62. We're going to put a 0 for our placeholder because this is our tens digit. And then we're going to start 9 times 6, another little addition bubble. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 5 is 68. 9 times 7 is 63 again, plus 6 is 69. We are adding 8, 4, 10, 10 and 6 is 16, 7, 76,048. On to the last page. You and 3 friends each order a $3 slice of pie. How much is your total bill? So you and 3 friends. So you and 3 friends. So a total of 4 people. Order a $3 slice of pie. So $4, 4 people times a $3 slice of pie. $12 will be your total bill. Now, you will not see me write the X as you saw on the last page, because as you move into algebra, you will not see the X. That will be reserved for variables, so I will not use it. On the previous page is probably one of the last times you'll see it. So $12 is your total bill. You ordered a burger for $9 and your friend ordered pasta for $12. How much is your total bill? Okay, so for this one, even though it's on a multiplication page, remember, you've just done addition on the previous couple. How much is your total bill? If you ordered a $9 burger and your friend ordered $12 pasta, your total bill is going to be, your bill will be $21. Okay, because you're going to add your bill and your friend's bill. Whoops. You earn $12 an hour. How much do you make in an 8-hour shift? So that's like, here's your first hour and your second hour and your third hour and all the way to your 8th hour. If you earn 12 each time, okay, that's what? 12 times 8. Okay, now again, horizontally, that doesn't really help me, right? But if I do 12 times 8, 8 times 2 is 16. I carry my 1, right? That addition bubble that we just talked about. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So you make $96 per shift. Remember, in any of those word problems, no matter how complicated or concise they are, you want to make that final statement, because if you're saying you make $550 an hour in an 8-hour shift, not that that's not possible, but you might have an inkling that maybe you made a mistake, or that in the context of the problem it doesn't make as much sense. So you're giving yourself kind of an out to be able to see that it might not, or might make sense in the context of the problem. All right. Go on ahead, try some of the ones on your own, go back, try them again, move on, let me know if you have any issues, and we will reconvene when we see each other on Tuesday.